Hey guys, and welcome back to another video of Sparkplug. So in this video tutorial I'm going to make another 3D modeler of Kelman's toggler door. An year ago I have already uploaded a video on toggler doors, but that was actually quite simple, a little bit straightforward. But this one is a more complex one, got more moving parts. So I thought, why don't we do a video on this? So basically, as you can see, this is how this door works. Unlike that one, you can find the description of that video in the description, the link of that video in the description below. So basically this got a few moving parts. As you can see, it's got six, three on upper side and three on lower side. Basically it's got six moving parts which are moved on, which can be moved on respect to each other on the with the help of hinges. As you can see, I have installed 1 2 3 4 on the front, 4 hinges on the front, and 2 hinges are on the back side to support these smaller one. So this is how it looks when it is at its close position. So this is how it looks when it's close, and all you have to do is just pull the handle and it will move slightly slowly towards the left position, and you can just close it as well. So let's get started. By the way, one thing, I'm not going to show you how to make these hinges, because I have already uploaded a video on how to make this door hinge in Fusion 360. You will find the description below. I have used the same hinge in this video, no change in dimension, nothing. So you can see that video if you want to make the hinge. Also, I will also explain a shortcut way to animate your model, animate this model without the use of this hinge. And one more thing, that in this 3D model I have used 6 hinges, 2 for the upper one, bigger one, and 1 for the single one. But to shorten the video, I will only be using a single hinge on top and bottom, so that I don't have to drill extra holes. So let's get started. So switch to new workspace, go to create a sketch, select the front plane, now press R for rectangle, the shortcut for rectangle, and draw rectangle of height 2000 plus 2000. Press tab to switch to another dimension, and the thickness, the width will be 1000, just the half. Basically I'm approximately following the Australian standard of door. So now what you have to do is you have to divide this in 2 equal parts. So for that, press L for line, and it will automatically snap the midpoint of the line. The triangle represents that you are snapping on the midpoint of the line. So draw a line from this point to this point, and now draw another line diagonally from this point to this point. Basically what I'm doing is I am actually making these cuts so that we can extrude that on different, so that they can form different component later by extruding this. Now what we have to do is, basically this is the hinge point. Basically there's a two option. Either you can choose the hinge point outside your rectangle, or you can just place it here or according to your desire. So I have taken the hinge point of the door outside the rectangle that I have drawn. So let's make it let's go forward. So on top of that, press C for circle and draw a circle of diameter 140, and draw another circle of diameter 50 concentric with that. Once done, what we have to do is press D and give the dimension from here to here as 30, and similarly from here to here the dimension would be 30 as well. Remember, for your toggler door to work properly, your hinge points should be at equal distance from the top and the side walls of the door. Basically I am taking this 30 30. Basically if I want to increase this from 30 to 60, then for my toggler door to work I also need to change this 30 also, because if the distance is not equal, then the opening will be somewhere else and the closing would be something else. So now once done, just press T for trim and just remove the excess line like this. Now what we have to do is we have to make the same thing here also. So just press on mirror, select the entities or the objects to be mirrored, click on mirror line. The mirror line will be the center line we have drawn earlier, and just press OK. Now repeat the same step here. Press T for trim, trim these lines. Now press fillet, and here and here give it a radius of 125 like this, and repeat the step on top portion also. Select this point and give it a 125 radius, fillet. Now once done, what we have to do is, basically now we have divided it into 4 parts, 1 2 3 4, and now we have to make 2 more parts. So for that, press L for line. From here to here, draw a line. Press D for dimension, click on this point and make it dimension 300. And similarly from this point to this point, this will also be 300. Now once done, press again, click on mirror, object will be this line and the mirror line, and press OK. Now we have divided our rectangle into 6 parts. That would going to be an individual components. Each of them will going to be an individual component. So now I have to make a slot for our handle, the lever. As you can see here, this lever. So I have to make the slot here. So basically the handle, the basic rule of toggler door is that the handle should be at the intersection point of the smaller blocks. So for that, press C for circle, and here draw a circle of diameter 80 for now, and press T for trim and trim these excess extra lines. So once done, just finish the sketch. So this is how our door will look like. Now go to solid, press on extrude and click on the first component, and the extrude distance would be 30 mm. We are going to make this a 30, or you can say 20 mm. Less 20 mm would be good. It doesn't matter, actually you just need to focus on the mechanism. So operation would be new component and press OK. We will rename the component earlier. Don't forget to press shift and N to start the component toggle cycling. Fusion will automatically provide each and every color, each different color to each and every component. So from the sketch panel, unhide the sketch. Again repeat the same step for here also. The operation would be new component, the distance would be 20, and again repeat the same step for each and every block. Now I have completed extruding each section. You can see each component has been assigned different color, and there are 6 components from 1 to 6, and which and each component will be representing each part. So they can be moved. As you can see, it's a component, but don't forget to revert it back. That would be easier for us to make the model furthermore, and assembly would be far more easier. So next thing, what we have to do is we have to make the wall. Basically it is this part is needed so that we can fix this part on this wall. So basically we have to draw a rough wall and a hole through it that will represent the walkway through the wall. So for that, again go to the front plane, click on front plane, and you can, there's no particular dimension, as this is only for representation. So just like this, a little bit more smaller. You can choose any dimension. This is just for representation, and a smaller rectangle for the door, the gate. Press stop the sketch. Now before, you need to extrude it up to a distance of, let's say the wall thickness we will take as 300. The thickness would be 300. It would just make it minus 300. New component. Now we need some distance between the door and the wall. A 10 mm or 20 mm would be perfect. So for that, the start profile, instead of start profile plane, select offset plane and choose the offset. This means you are actually offsetting the extrude from its parent plane. So offset, we are basically working off the negative side of the plane, so the offset would be, I think 20 mm gap would be enough, so minus 20 and press OK. Now you guys can see there's a 20 mm gap between the door and the wall. So now so what we have to do is now bring back the first sketch that we have drawn, click on extrude and select this hole, the smaller one, and this one, and just extrude it, and the operation would be join, and the direction would be symmetric. Press on join. The purple color represent that it is actually going to be integral part of the wall, and just press OK. Now this is going to be our hinge point. You can just switch off the sketch from the timeline menu. So now our basic structure of the wall has been completed. Now we have to assemble each and every part. So before that, I have told you in the earlier part of the video that if you don't want to be more complex assemblies, don't want to make any complex agencies and don't want these hinges to be installed, then you can, instead of making hinge as the rotating part, you can actually join this edge and this edge as rotatory, like this. Like, let me just show you once. Just I have just captured this and this, and just choose the revolute command. You can see that it's actually acting like a hinge. So this is how you can also do if you don't want the hinges to be installed, but I'm going with the hinges option. So just revert back the position. So but for the hinges, I need to drill some holes so that I can actually define the position where I'm going to be the hinges are going to be installed. So what I'm going to do, I am going to simply the copy paste from that design only. You guys can see the video of this hinges, how to make this. I haven't made any changes, and all you have to do is just mark down the location of the holes and drill the same holes on these faces so that you can make the hinge on that part. So let's place on this point and this, the component 1 and 2, and right click and press copy. Go to the working environment of your door, then click on the name, right click and select paste new, and wait for the fusion. Just move it forward and press OK. Now you guys can see here. So as you guys can see here, we have both the part of the hinges, so we don't require them now. You can just turn back them so that we can move further. So next part is to drill the hole so that we can define the position of the hinges. So for that, click on sketch, click on the front plane, and don't capture the position now. Just press on continue. So what we have to do is, we are going, as you can see, if I just revert it back to the position, let me just hide it. So you can see that I have drilled 2 holes which will be defining the actual position of the hinge on the door. So go back to the title block. The first thing that I'm going to placing single hinge. So for that you need to provide a midline so that one hole we can mirror the holes. We don't have to make every holes. So for that we have got already one line which is dividing it diagonally, but what we need is the another one. So for that, press P for project, click on the center of this circle and this one and press OK. Now from the center of this circle to the center of this circle, let me just delete this line. Press L for line, snap the actually it's not snapping, I don't know why. Press C, yeah, here it is. So from here to the here, so we have got another diagonal line. So the diameter is going to be the dia of the hole is going to be 10 mm, and you can just measure it from here only. You don't have to do any maths. Press T for dimension, and this distance is going to be 50, and this distance is going to be 32, and just zoom it out. Now what we have to do is just click on mirror this line, select mirror this line as this. So this is going to be the hole for the yellow part. Now we have to do is click on again mirror this to here also, so that it could be drilled on the blue and part. So repeat this step for this line, and this line, just doing the same 50 mm from the center line and 32 from the edge. So I have what I have done, completing all through to all the holes. So the whole CD is, again I'm repeating the 100, and from the middle of the plane it's 32. So mirror this profile, and after once completing on the top side, just mirror this through this center line on the second one also. Then after completing, just click on finish sketch. I'm going to hide this wall for now, as it is basically distracting. So again click on extrude, select on all the profiles you have drawn. You can just hide the sketch, select these holes and these holes, again switch back all the one planes, and you can just symmetric and extrude cut the hole and press OK. Now I think I've missed some holes. Again switch back the sketch, click on extrude. Let me just manually select these holes and hold it and press OK, and you can just hide the sketch. Now you can see that holes is completed. Now we are going to draw this part of the where the handle is going to be assembled. So for that, just click on this plane and select sketch. So press C and grab the center of this point and draw a circle of 80 mm diameter, and the inner one is going to be 40 mm of diameter. The outer one is going to be 80 mm dia. Then you can just finish this sketch. For now you can just hide the green one for now, as this is going to be the interior part of the pink one, the bottom one. So extrude it. The thickness was 20 mm, so extrude it up to a distance of 20. The operation will be join and press OK. So this is how this will look like. Again switch back the upper portion of the door and click on again we are going to make the sketch, and we are going to make the part of the upper one. So press C for center, again draw a circle of 80, another circle of 40 mm. The basically you can just snap them out and just click on offset command and offset the outer circle, or you can just make the new one up to a distance of 20 and press OK. Now you can just press P for project, select this line and press OK. Now select T for trim. We are going to trim the excess part and finish the sketch. So after finishing, you can just for now switch off the lower portion. So select this and this. So extrude it up to a distance of 10 mm. The operation would be join, and again extrude it in the backward also, like I'm doing, and the operation would be join. We have to make a gap between them, so profile is going to be offset, and the offset distance is, let me just calculate, the distance from here to here was 20 and this is 30, so the distance would be minus 30 mm, and this is going to be minus 10, and just press OK. Now let's just process it, and yeah, here it is. Now just bring back the pink one. So we have done making the thing. Now all you have to do is uh, to make a rod through it and a ball. So that is quite simple. All you have to do is to press extrude and select, let me just click on this profile, press P for project, select this inner circle and press OK, then select sketch, exit the sketch, then click on extrude. Now according to your desire, extrude it. This is going to be two-sided, the other side would be till the last, like this. And once done, you can operation select as new component and press OK. So for the sphere it's quite easy. Go to create, go to sphere, select this plane and the midpoint and the dia according to your desire, and this operation would be okay. The operation would be join, and you can just make it of any diameter, it doesn't matter, it's just a handle. So this is how it will look. Now the only thing left is to assemble the hinges and make the complete assembly of the door. So we will start by making the assembly of the yellow and orange one, then we will assemble the hinge, and we will then show you how it works. So just revert back all the position. Now what we have to do is for now just hide all the unnecessary part except for this one and the bottom one. Now where it is, yeah, here it is, and bring back the wall. You can just rename, I'm getting confused, you don't have to be the one like me, so just rename the component by just double clicking anywhere. So now this one is very simple part. So just press J for joint, or you can just select it from the assembly. The first component is going to be remember, we need the dimension from here to here was 20, which we have offsetted the command. If you are not sure, then you can just select on this face and this face, and it will show you the distance here. So distance is 20. So press J for joint, select this face and the inner face of the circle, and it will just grab it here. So motion type would be revolute, and don't forget to bring back the yellow portion towards onto its original portion. Oh, but before that I escaped something, so just cancel it for now. What we are going to do before making an assembly in Fusion, the rule number one is to ground a part. So our wall is going to be grounded at, it is not going to move, so just right click on it and press ground. So you can see that I can move every part except for the wall because it is now grounded. Revert back the position. So press J for joint. Now I cannot select the wall face at first because it has been grounded. So repeat the same step and just offset it up to -20, and the type would be revolute, and press OK. Now switch back to isometric view. You can see it's moving. So repeat the same step for the bottom also. Now I have already given the joint in the bottom of the plane also. Now what we have to do is just bring back uh, these two parts. So we are going to make the hinge assembly. So if you are not going to be making the hinges, so you just have to press on this point and this point, and they will automatically move towards that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to place as hinges. So the component for the hinges was this one and this one. Just yeah, here it is. It's actually at the back side. Revert back the position. Let me just drag it uh, to the front side of the door. Come here and just capture the position. Now what we are going to do, we have to make a rigid relation between these two parts. So for that, just click on assemble, go to joint. Basically there the hinges consist of two parts, one with the three slots, one with the two slots. So each one goes on each side of the door. So let's start with the face one. This face is going to be on the wall. So pick up the hole. I have actually used the outer one hole and select this face. As you guys can see, it's going to be assembled here. The motion type would be, this time would be rigid, and just rotate it. Let me just select the second hole, or the hinge I have selected was of opposite side. So just rotate it so that it may get coincident with the other one, like this. Yeah, okay, it's got perfectly fit here, and press okay. Oh shit. Actually I have chosen the wrong hole again. So component 2, this was earlier I was good. So remember, repeat the step and press OK. Now repeat the same step for the other one also. Press J for joint. This face is going to be on the wall side. Press this hole and flip the direction. Now you can just repeat the similar step and press, the relation would be rigid, and press OK. Now as you guys can see, uh, we have created a joint between them. So you can just move it, and you move it, they are both fixed together. Revert back the position for now. So again, now what we have to do is we have to give rotatory relation between the yellow hinge and the blue one. So for that, press J for joint, select this face and this one, and just bring it back to their original position. The relation would be revolute, and press OK. Now as you guys can see, I have given the first revolute relation between all the two moving part. If you try to move this, you can just move it like this. So repeat the revert back the position, repeat the same step for the bottom of the portion also. So for that, you don't have to insert the hinge again. What we have to do is just mirror this, and it will automatically be installed on this profile. Let me just show you. So for that, go to let me see, yeah, here it is, mirror command. That pattern type would be component, and select these two components you want to be mirrored, the one and the second. The mirror plane is going to be, just hide it, hide this component. Yeah, so mirror plane is going to be this one. Yeah, so as you can see, this is the after image, the before image. It is actually be sitting on the actual position, and press OK. Now we have two new components representing each one of the bottom. So now all you have to do is to make a rigid relation between them, and this is quite more simpler as they are pre-assembled, already assembled on their desired position. So what all you have to do is go to assemble, go to rigid group, and select this and this, and press OK. Again go to assemble and go to rigid group, select on this component and this one, and press OK. Now they both are rigid. We don't have to make a rigid joint especially for them. Rigid joint only is required when they are not on their actual position. If they are already on their actual position, you can just click on rigid group. So now repeat the same step I did for the upper side. Select on these two, just drag it out to its actual position, and press OK. Now our 90% of the assembly is completed. Now we have to make the assembly for the smaller part. So revert back the position. Let me just bring back the smaller one. Now for the smaller one, the same concept will be applicable, but the difference would be that hinge are needed to be installed on the back side of the foam. So I'm skipping this step. You guys are sincere enough to do so. So let's skip this part. Now as you guys can see, I have assembled the hinges, and now you can see that it can move like this. Now the only step is to left is to make these two joints together. So for that, revert back the position. All you have to do is make a revolute joint between these faces. Actually, there's a difference in here. Actually, I have just uh, I think there was a mistake when I was extruding this part, so it doesn't matter. It's just a 1 mm interference. So now what you have to do is just select these two faces and measure the distance. It's 9 mm. It's actually needs to be 10. So what I have done wrong here is I have just extruded it up to a distance of 9 instead of 10. So nothing matter, you guys can check that later. So press joint for J for joint, and again bring it to its original position of -9, and this is going to be revolute, and press OK. Now once done, as you can see, if I just try to move it towards outer side, it is going to be moving. So the only thing left is to uh, make this rod. So for that, it's simple. Click on assemble, click on rigid groups, select this and this one. So they are going to be fixed together. Now if I just bring back these this handle, you can see that it is going to be moved. Bring back the wall, and now if you look closely here, while opening and closing, it is actually intersecting. So now the last thing is to what needs to be given, what needs to be done is you have to give fillet on each and every corner, so that it may avoid intersection while opening and closing of the door. Now another thing is to offset 10 mm these spaces, so that as I did here, you guys can see I have given a radius which actually looks beautiful, and this avoids the intersection while opening and closing of the door. And also I have provided a 10 mm gap between these two profile and these two profile. I haven't made any changes at the early phase of the design. All I did was and just an offset. You can just click on offset faces, and you can just offset the faces by 5 mm, and it will create a gap between different parts. So this is how the toggler door will work in Fusion 360. So hope you guys will enjoy the video. Please comment any queries and suggestions for my upcoming videos, and don't forget to share and subscribe my channel. Thank you and have a nice day.